全米で話題のトーク番組ファーストテイクでお金を払ってでも見たい選手は誰かというテーマで議論が行われました。議論の中心となったのはドジャースの大谷翔平選手と NBA サンアントニオスパーズの超有望株ビクター・ウェンバンヤマ選手という今のスポーツ界を象徴する2人。その中で大谷選手を推したゲストは大谷は一生に一度出会えるかどうかの唯一無二の選手だと強調し、白熱したトークが繰り広げられました。その模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介しますので、ぜひ最後までご覧ください。
Back to the NBA. Last night, Victor Wembanyama absolutely dominated the East leading Pistons, finished with a final stat line of 38 points, 16 boards, 5 blocks. That would have been by far the best individual sports performance of the last 24 hours. But then, Shohei Ohtani's like, let me enter the chat. Stole the show this morning in the World Baseball Classic, going 3 for 5, hitting a grand slam, coming a triple short from the cycle in the second inning, I want to add, as Japan just dominated Chinese Taipei 13-0 by mercy rule, by the way. Let's add that in there, too. So now the question becomes, would you rather pay your money? Because sometimes we get some free tickets. Okay, so now we're paying our money to go see Shohei Ohtani or Victor Wembanyama. We're going to go around the horn here. Canty, who would you go with first?
Oh, man, we're splitting hairs with this one. I'm going to go with Wemby, but we are talking about two players that have a really good chance at being the best in their sport all time. Like, that's what we're looking at. And I know it's sticker shock to say that, but I've never seen a player that's 7'5" move the way that Victor Wembanyama does. I guess you could start with I've never seen somebody that's 7'5", but then just to have the skill set that Victor Wembanyama does, just the spectacle of it all, to me is what gives him the edge over Shohei Ohtani. But Shohei Ohtani is a beast in his own right. Again, we talked about what he did in the WBC this morning. He was one triple away from hitting for the cycle in the second inning. This is a guy that had 2 quality starts in the playoff run that the Dodgers just went on the way to winning the World Series. And that wasn't the best element of his game in 2025. It was his hitting. So, I mean, both of those guys are, Shohei Ohtani is an MVP. Victor Wembanyama can be an MVP in short order, depending on how the rest of the season goes. But if I'm going to pay money to watch one of them, it's going to be Wemby.
The value on that investment of going to see either is you're getting everything you pay for, right? So like you said, splitting hairs is the best way to put it. I go the other way. I go with Ohtani. 2 reasons. Number one, obviously, if he's got to be pitching as well here, which is just the type of thing that you saw once before with Babe Ruth, right? Now, again, Wemby's a freak too. So like trying to put him in some box with somebody else is completely uncharacterizable. Probably not a word, but we'll keep moving through it. But the idea of baseball moving at its glacial pace can hurt it in so many ways. Where it helps it is the drama that builds when Ohtani's going to be coming up to bat. Like knowing that, hey, we're not going to the bathroom this inning. Ohtani's batting. Ohtani's second. Ohtani's in the on-deck circle. When he comes to the plate, it could be anything. When he's on the mound, it could be anything. Wemby would be fascinating to watch as well. Again, you're splitting hairs here, but Ohtani, for me, that's got to be the price of admission.
I've never seen Jason Voorhees play basketball before. That's Victor Wembanyama. He is like, you run away from him, he's in your face, you run away from him, he's back to you. Like remember the dude that tried to box Jason? Like, that's the dumbest thing ever. Like, that's what I feel like we're watching here. We are watching something so much like an alien.
Yeah.
The visual of a guy who's 7'5", like towering over your normal 7-footers. Like, Canty, you're a big dude, and you get around NBA players, you like, that dude is tall. Imagine what it's like being around Big Slim. So just from the visual part of it, the fact that he plays on both ends, I want to see him play defense as much as I want to see him play offense. I want to see how other players do what David Dennis says, the hell no. They go down the lane, they look at him, and then they run back out, and the shot clock runs out. Like, they'd rather take a shot clock violation than to get their shot pinned back the other way. I think, like you said, it's splitting hairs. Ohtani is once-in-a-lifetime player, so it's Big Slim.
I'm going to go Ohtani on a technicality right now because Wemby is just getting started. Ohtani is in his prime right now. I'm going to pay for the dude who's in his prime. Now, 5 years from now, that may be a different story. Shohei Ohtani has already put together 2 of maybe the 5 best baseball games ever played. 6 for 6, right? 10 RBI, joining the 50-50 club in the same game, right? Then in October, the day before my wedding, I know because everybody I was trying to party with was on their phone watching and saying Shohei Ohtani just had 10 strikeouts and 3 home runs in the same game. That is what this dude is doing. These are things that we have never seen before, right?
What type of boringness was happening the night before your
we were turning up on Frenchman Street, and yet still the phones were going off because of what this man was doing. People were walking by, the brass bands are playing, people were stopping looking at the TV because of what Shohei Ohtani was doing in New Orleans in the middle of the night. That's the type of ticket that this dude is. Now don't trip on the wedding. It was a good time. Everybody had a good old time. It's New Orleans. You can't say nothing bad about that. But that is what Shohei Ohtani does. And I'm paying a ticket to go and see that guy do that sort
Double
of stuff.
D, here's where you undermine your own argument. You said that you're talking about Shohei Ohtani being at the height of his powers in the heart of his prime and somebody that you want to pay for more so than Wemby. Wemby still could win MVP this year, and we're acknowledging that he's nowhere close to as good as he's going to be. And then here's the other thing. We don't have to wait for every fifth day to see Victor Wembanyama play defense as well as offense.
That's what makes it more valuable, though.
We get it every single night. And so to me, I know that I'm going to get it, Victor Wembanyama, no matter what game I show up to. And that, to me, adds a level of value to wanting to see him and paying the price of admission.
So I would pick Victor Wembanyama because I feel like I could get closer to the action than I can with Shohei Ohtani. But I'd want to pay to bring my kids to see Shohei Ohtani because I feel like it would be so fun for them to watch that kind of talent, whereas I don't feel like they could appreciate it the same way with Victor Wembanyama, like I could. Like this, I have a tall husband, like Canty's a tall guy too. I mean, he's a foot taller than him. Like, it's insane.
Your kids can't see his face.
Exactly. I don't feel like they could appreciate it. So I would love to bring them to watch Ohtani, but I would love to sit close to the action and watch Wembanyama do what he does. I don't know that we'll ever see something like this.
Victor Wembanyama walks around on the defensive end of the court with his arms by his side just to dare players to shoot. Because if he has his hands up, they're going to hit you with the hell no. Just like Double D said. It's like me out there playing with my brother's kids. Like with my nephews. That's what it looks like when I'm watching Wemby play in an NBA game. And I know these guys are tall, but he is leaps and bounds bigger in terms of stature than anybody else on the court. It's a freak show. And that's a part of why we love sports, because it's the spectacle of it.
Remember how we used to look at George Mirasan and Manute Bol and like, man, let's go see these guys play. George Mirasan in commercials and stuff like that. This dude can actually play.
He can actually play.
Rare is the guy who's going to win Defensive Player of the Year and also is a serious threat on the offensive side. Like, normally Defensive Player of the Year is Rudy Gobert. Doesn't do a whole lot on offense. Draymond Green facilitates but isn't dropping 20-plus a night. Certainly isn't knocking down threes on a regular basis. This is the best defensive player in the game and a major threat on the other side of the court as well.
So this is why they could potentially win the championship.
There you go.
Not this year.
I thought maybe we'd pull him in.
Well, speaking of, Ohtani has done this in the World Series. I may be getting a World Series ticket when I'm seeing Ohtani.
So you're going to pay the big bucks, is what you're saying. Oh, like, forget a regular season. I'm going to play all the money.
Ohtani is an all-star on a team of all-stars. He trumps the rest of the roster, and that team is loaded with future Hall of Famers.
You watch Ohtani at an all-star game, it's like you think you're a celebrity till Beyonce walks in the room. Ohtani is Beyonce walking in the room at the all-star game.
That's true. We're going to look at Canty's list. If you could watch one player on Canty's list for the next decade, who would it be? Look at the list. One player you get to pick that you get to watch for the next decade. It ensures their career is going to be long, and you get to watch them with both eyes. Who would that be?
Ohtani. There's something about a guy going 3 for 4 and then also pitching 6 or 7 innings and striking out 8 or 9. And I'm not even talking about the elite performances. There's something about that where the comparison is a guy who played baseball 100 years ago in Babe Ruth. Like, when we're doing a comparison, like we do the LeBron Jordan comparisons, those generations are right next to each other. To sit here and talk about a player and his only comp is a guy who played 100 years ago is something that just will continue to blow my mind. So it'd be Ohtani, but I think it's a tight race.
最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。今回の動画についてどういう感想を持たれましたか？ぜひコメント欄で意見や感想をお聞かせください。チャンネル登録やグッドボタンを押していただけると励みになります。それでは次回の動画でお会いしましょう。